was when Bash asked him a question, then he stopped.
November 4th. So I did for one side.
No, November 6th. The transportation.
November 6th.
Yes.
So I'm here to do for here, November 6th. So transportation,
Yes.
4,000. Great. So let's make progress. My lady, help us to the next transaction.
The next is November 13th. Madam Fati remitted 20,000 Ghana cedis to the law firm to meet related expenses.
Hey, please, am I muted?
No, I can hear you.
Okay. So, my people, question November 13th. November 13th. Let's look at the question on the face value. Let's look at the question on the face value. Please, what comes to mind when you see this particular transaction?
Client cash book and client ledger.
Please, everybody, do we all agree?
I disagree. I think it involves the main cash book.
Please go ahead.
Yes, because it records monies received and paid out. So I think it involves the main cash book, and then because we are crediting the main cash book, we will debit the office account.
So let's look at the top of the question I sent. Please, you see the top before November 1. Please, do we see the reading there? My lady Cecilia, help us read. We just start from between.
Okay. Between the law firm and Madam Fati for the month November 2024.
Okay, so Madam Fati is a client. Madam Fati is the client. So now let's come back to our rules again. What is a main cash book? Sorry, what is a client cash book used for? Please, what is a client cash book used for?
For any money that comes from the client.
Received or paid.
Received or paid from the client.
What is a client ledger used for?
Transaction from the client.
The same transaction. When you the double entry is completed on that side.
Okay, great. Good. So how will we treat November 6th? Sorry, November 13th. Who has an idea? Let's come back. Who has an idea? November 13th. Who has an idea?
So you credit client cash book and you debit client ledger.
No, the other way around.
Okay. Solomon, you want to say something?
Yeah.
I was saying that shouldn't it be the other way around?
Solomon, why will you do that?
This one, client is bringing in money.
Good.
So it goes to the credit of the client ledger.
Okay, okay, okay. Anybody who agrees with Solomon?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, please give us your explanation, Elikem, and then Optimum. Please give us your explanation.
Okay, so the client is remitting 20,000 Ghana cedis. So we have to credit the client cash book, and then the 20,000 is remitted in respect of certain expenses, transactions on the client's behalf. So we debit the client's ledger.
Okay, so I disagree with that.
Okay.
Debbie,
Also
please.
disagree with that.
Hello?
Yes.
We have to
Okay, sorry.
debit
Hold on.
client,
Disagree too.
debit client card
Matthew,
book.
please hold on for us. Matthew, please hold on. Era,
Okay,
you want
sorry.
to say something? Please go ahead. Then Matthew, you can come in. Then Optimum, you can
Gideon,
come in.
what was my turn?
I was thinking that you'd rather debit the main cash book and credit
Good. No, no,
Fati
no, no, no,
cash
no, no,
book.
no. I disagree. I disagree with that. I disagree.
No,
Optimum, please
from
come in.
the note that you gave us,
Uh-huh.
debit. What is written here is debit client ledger and then credit client cash book. That is what is here.
Uh-huh. So, what is a narration of the transaction?
So you debit the client's
No,
ledger account,
no. I mean the transaction involved. What's the transaction?
as in the 20,000 remittance.
No. The transaction or the type of transaction that reflects in that entry. I want you to read that transaction.
It's in relation to the client's expenses.
Good. But I think Optimum wanted to say something. I want us to get this particular one. Optimum wanted to say something. Then Matthew can come in. Optimum, please go ahead.
Yeah, I thought, now I'm even getting confused, but I thought that it was remittance from the client. And if it's remittance from the client, you're going to, with this one, because it's money coming in. So for me, I credited the client's ledger
Good.
and I debited the client's cash book. That's what I did.
Good. So hold on. Okay, hold on. Spencer, please come in.
Good evening. Gideon, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, please, I want to know, is there understanding that with respect to the November 13 transaction, you're going to debit Mami Fati's cash book? Because I think that's what's supposed to be done in the circumstance. Is that the case?
Yes.
Great. Thank you.
So please look at the purpose of the client ledger. It is recording all transactions of the client. But when we come to somebody wants to say something.
Please, I would like to know, with the notes that you gave and the narrations that you gave, should the account contain certain specifics before you will know that you have to credit it or you debit it?
Yes. So the one you were mentioning, if it is cash payments from the client's account, so later in the question, you see that they made instances of that nature. So David, let me let you read November 15th. November 15th. Debbie, please read November 15th for me.
So November 15, the law firm paid 3,000 from Madam Fati's account to a witness who testified in favor of Madam Fati.
Good. So Debbie, is it a cash payment from the client's account?
Yes.
No.
No, wait.
No,
It's from
it is not a cash payment.
Please hold on. Debbie, please come in again. Read the question very well. November 15th. And let me know if you need a section.
3,000 from Madam Fati's account.
Underlined.
Okay.
Are you seeing the technicality here or how they frame the transaction? So Debbie, do you agree it is from Madam Fati's account?
No, it's not from Madam Fati's account, it's from the law firm.
Oh, Debbie, please read November 15th again for me.
The law firm paid 3,000. Yes, it's from Madam Fati's account.
Do you agree? Okay, Francis, please come in.
Yeah, so I think my narration was based on how I drew my account. I placed the client ledger before the client cash book, but the understanding is the client ledger is supposed to be a personal account of the client. So that is the reason why we are crediting the personal account of the client and then debiting his cash book with the firm.
Great. So the ledger, as I stated earlier, before I come to the next one, it is a personal account of the client. So if he's making any remittance, it will start from there before it goes to the cash book of the firm. I don't want you to confuse remittance with cash payment from the client's account. Please, are you getting the differences here? Do not confuse remittance. Remittance, in its simplest terms, they say the client is bringing a huge amount of money. And even look at the wording of the text helps us. Madam Fatih remitted 20,000 to the law firm to meet related expenses. The law firm is keeping the client's cash book. The client ledger is a personal account of the client that will record all transactions. So in accounting double entry, it must move from one point and then end at another point. When it moves from the credit side of the ledger of the client, it now reflects on the debit side. The client cash book of the firm has received it. Okay, so now let's put it in practice. So if the question, so let me open up to the class. What if the question has said?
Forgive me, I would like to ask this question. So the 30,000, which is in the main cash, main cash book, it belongs to who?
It is for the firm.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
So please, there is a firm's own cash book, then there is a client cash book. The firm, the law firm, they will have their own runnings, their own expenses. But there is a client who has come, Spencer, who says, I want to see you, Ghana School of Law, whatever reason. You need to have his own setup of account. Like when you go to bank, we all save in the bank, but the bank has a specific account for every single one. When Francis goes to withdraw 1 million cedis from his account, do not come and deduct from Debbie. It is still the same bank, but everybody has a single account. That's your inflows and your outflows come in. If you go and take loan, they handle it specifically in your account. But don't forget that the bank on its own will have an account where they'll have interest payments. They'll pay their salaries. Do not go and pay the salaries from Debbie's account. Please, are you people getting the concept here?
Okay, Gideon, I'm a little confused. So let me ask this. When we're treating the accounting entries,
yes.
Rule number 2, when the transaction is cash payment from the client's account.
Good.
With that one, the transaction of 15th November, it makes sense and clarity to me.
Yes.
But my confusion is with the
13th
transaction where we credited the client's ledger and debited the client cash book. I don't really get that transaction well.
Anybody who understands what I'm saying wants to add his voice? Or Francis, you want to come in again?
Hello. I just wanted to say that.
Yes. Okay, Solomon, go ahead.
When you look inside the manual,
yeah,
they provide a rule for treatment of monies remitted to the law firm for expenses.
Okay.
So it says that for cash received from the client by the law firm, you debit client cash book and you credit client's ledger account. You can find this in the manual on page 219.
Oh, thank you so much. 219.
Okay.
So let
So
me
that
read
is the reverse of the rule number 2.
That is what I wanted to.
So this is an additional rule in
Sure.
the event that we are
An
receiving
additional rule.
money
All right.
for
so
expenses.
21.
All right.
So,
All right.
Gideon,
Yes.
so it means that when it comes to remittances, you reverse the rule that we are currently
Reverse
working.
rule number 2.
Yes. So let
Turn it
me
upside down.
so Solomon said 219. 219. 219. Yes. So 219. Okay, so Solomon, is it the cash received from the client by the law firm? Solomon, is it that one? 219?
Precisely.
So let me open up here. Let me open up and then let me also so since we all have our manual, let me I'll add this rule to it so that we don't get confused of anything. Okay, so I've handled the rules, I've handled section 48. Okay, yeah, so we have handled the books to be kept. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the manual, they labeled 6. Yes, in the manual, they labeled 6. Okay. Okay. Debit to the main cash book. Note that the balance. So I'm just reading something from the manual. So they said payments made on behalf of the client from the firm's cash resources will debit office account and then credit main cash book. So let me add these rules. Let me add this as the manual has stipulated it. Let me add these rules quickly. Are we able to copy? Yeah, so I want to add these rules to. So I'm opening this. Thank you so much, Solomon. At least, when you brought in your answer, ceasefire by principle, manual has spoken. Good. So we come here. So the first one they spoke about is that payments made on behalf of the client from the firm's cash resources. Payments made on behalf of the client firm from the firm's cash resources. Please, you people want me to change what I have here and then put what exactly is in the manual, or you want me to add it to it? Please, are you able to hear me?
Let's add on.
Add it to it. Add on.
Okay, so let me come to this so that we can have the rules for ourselves. So the transaction was cash received from the client from the law firm. Lawyers, it's good. The moment we started at this principle, there is no cause for alarm again. We will debit client cash book. Then we'll credit leisure account. Good. Then they said total of the office account. Debit client leisure account, credit office account. Hey, which one is this? Okay, so let me also add it. Let me add it. Solomon, are there any other entries again or any other rules so that I can add it up? They said total of the office account. So the transaction is total of office account. Office account. We are debiting client's leisure account and we'll credit office account. Then they said fees charged by the law firm. You debit client leisure and then you credit profit or cost fees accounts. The manual said payments made, so the page is page 219. Payments made on behalf of the client from the client's own cash book with the firm. So I'm sure this one is what they are referring to, from the client's account, or payment made on behalf of the client from the client's own cash with the firm. Cash payments on the client account or payments made on behalf of the client from the client's own cash with the firm. Then the final settlement made by the client to the law firm. So they had the last one. They said final settlement made by the clients to the law firm. Final settlement made by the clients to the law firm. We are debiting main cash book and then we'll credit client cash book. Good. Note that final payment equals the outstanding payment which are debited to the office account and eventually processed to the ledger. So let me go through the rules again in the manual. I'm reading as they said it. So they started with at 32, section 4849, LI 2423. They spoke about the main cash book, the cash book in which the law firm records cash and bank transactions related to the normal practice of the firm. The firm's own ledger, which contains records of its assets, liabilities, revenue, expenses. As I'm reading from the manual 217, as will be noticed in course of time, the account that will be kept in this book are the office and fees accounts. Okay, so office and fees account. So let me add it here. It wasn't part of my notes, but it's in the manual, so let me add it. So they said firm's own ledger is equal to office and fees account. So please take note. Office account, payments made by the law firm on behalf of the client are recorded in this account. So payment office account. Yes, so and then they added here in the manual that payments made by the law firm on behalf of the client are recorded. Okay. Then they spoke about the client's cash book. This contains entries of cash transactions related to the firm and its client. Good. Cash transactions made on behalf of the client. Good. Then the client ledger records all transactions of the client or contains accounts of individual clients. So let me add it. And contains accounts of individual clients. The post or cost fees ledger. So in the manual, they said we are keeping 6 accounts. So we are sticking to that. So they added the firm's own ledger, but they said the firm's own ledger It's made up of the office account and then the fees account. Please, I'm only reading whatever is in the manual. Please don't be confused. So they say we should know that the balances on the client cash book and the client ledger are always the same. Okay. So the bookkeeping entries. Okay. They spoke about the transfer. So they said all balances are entered in the books as follows. Balance on the main cash book, debited to the main cash book balance. Balance on the main cash book, debited to the main cash book. Balance brought down on the main cash book, debited to the main cash book. Debited to the client cash book. Balance on the, so let me come here. Transaction. Balance, but they said balance brought down on the main cash book. Balance brought down on the main cash book. They said we are to debit it to the main cash book. The main cash book. They said balance brought down on client cash book. Debit it to client cash book balance. EXMAS School of Law manual. So I'm adding it. Balance on the balance brought down on the client cash book. On the client cash book. Debit it. So they said debit it to the client cash book balance. To the debit it to the so debit it to the client cash book. Debit it to the client 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 cash book. A minute. Save. Good. They said balance brought down on the client's ledger. Credited to the client ledger account. So let me add that one too. Balance on the client's ledger. Debit it to the client's ledger account. Then they said, note that whether the balance on the ledger account is stated or not, the credit balance on the account will always be equal to the debit balance on the client cash book. The reason is that the net credit that the client will have with the law firm should be equal to the cash it has with the firm at any point in time. The other entries. Someone has asked a question.
Yes, you were talking about balance brought down on client's ledger.
Yes.
On my book here is credit it to the client's ledger account.
Oh, what did I write? Sorry. Thank you. Thank you for the correction. Credit it to the client ledger. So, okay, I've seen it. And then payments made on behalf of the client from the firm's cash resources. Payments made on behalf of the client from the firm. So debit office account to credit main cash book. Cash received from the client by the law firm. So let me two, three. Come here, insert. So we are with the manual. Then we'll come to 4, 5. So now we're having about 6 rules. 6. Okay, there are more than that. 7, 8. So we have 9. So they said cash received from the client by the law firm. Do I have that here? Cash received from the client by the law firm. Okay. Then we look at the total on the office account. You debit client ledger account, credit office account. Total of the office account. Total of the office account. Debit client ledger. Total of the office account. I'm trying to understand some total of the office account. Are they making a relation to the closing entries? Solomon.
I think that's in respect to the closing entries.
Closing entries. Okay. Okay, so this one is well. Fees charged by the law firm. You debit client's ledger account. And then you credit payments made on behalf of the firm from the client's own cash with the firm. We have that one here. Okay, so debit client ledger. Final settlement. Do I have that one here? Final settlement made by the client to the law firm. Okay. So often I don't like. I think because we have examination, so I'm bringing in this manual details. But I've always looked at the simplest way I can understand certain things. But thank you, Solomon. So we'll be using more of the principles here. Now we have 9. Initially, I think I had 4 or something, but we have 9. We've added 5 more to make sure our understanding is easy. So when we come to law 1 or other 1, where he spoke about client balance on the main cash book. So when you go to November 1, so irrespective of the everyday practical understanding I'll bring on board, the law has specified it that November 1. So we all understand why we put on the debit side. These are we all okay? On November 1.
Yes.
Good. So November 13th, the law is here. So I'm happy Solomon brought it. So this one, it doesn't make explanation harder. We just say stick to the law, stick to the law, stick to the law. The law is hi Gideon. Okay. Okay, someone is requesting for the notes. Please, I'll send it to you when I'm sure we'll be making some adjustment. So they said question November 13th. November 13th, they said so it will fall under cash received from the client by the law firm. So we'll debit client cash book and then credit client ledger account. The law has specified it. So please, do we understand why we are debiting client cash book and then crediting ledger account? Please, I hope we are not confused. I hope we are not confused at all.
No, we're not. Yeah. Well, I am not.
No, please.
Great. It is in a manner, so we just brought it here. So November 13th, cash received from the client by the law firm. I didn't even know this particular rule was in a manner. I always look at the questions there, but I understood it by a matter of practicality. But it's good they stated the rules for us. So we have a duty to keep these 9 rules in our head. When we keep the 9 rules in our head, we are good to go. So we always be looking at which rule a particular transaction falls under. Someone has asked a question or someone has raised a hand. Yeah, Conrad, please go ahead.
If you don't mind, could you just copy Could you copy the 9 rules and post it on the page so that way we can follow alongside? Otherwise, we were aware of only the 3 rules, and now that there are many, it's difficult to remember all of them as we solve the questions.
Okay. So I'll copy. What if I share the documents afterwards? Which one will be better?
That will do.
Okay,
That's
that's
better.
fine. I was
Afterwards.
looking at how we would follow.
Yes, but you see, in sincerity, if you master the 3 rules, it covers everywhere.
Okay.
But because it's in the manual, and because you are going to write exams, I have to make sure it is in there. I have to make sure I put it out.
Okay. All right.
Yes. So let's see. So November 13th. But I've always opted that in case you forget the rules, you should be able to have the rationale behind, so you can always sort yourself out. So let's go to November 13th. November 13th will fall under rule. Okay, someone is asking a question.
No, not a question, please.
Okay, I see. Personally, even some of them are passing through my eye, but it is the manual, so we have to stick to them. But I was looking at a more simplified form, but I'm happy we have this here. Good. So we are coming back to November 13th. November 13th. November 13th. So we are opening the client's ledger and then the client cash book. Client's ledger and then client cash book. Client's ledger and then client cash book. Message. Where do I give the message code? Good. So you can see it in the messages in the meantime whilst we solve the question. So let's move back. Okay. Yes, great. So now when we pick every transaction, we have to know which of the rules that apply to it. So the simple procedure we are done. We are not done. We have brought it back here. So we have to know which of the rules it falls under. So that at least we just go back. Good. So now November 13th, the rule says what? Conrad, you want to read for us a rule November 13th?
Credit client's ledger and debit client's cash.
Okay.
Great. So this is the client cash book. So we'll have client ledger. Good. So the rule says we have to credit. So the item is cash. The amount is 30,000, 20,000. Then we'll come here. That means we'll debit here. Cash, 20,000. Good. My lady, help us with the next one, November 15th.
Okay. November 15th. The law firm paid 3,000 Ghana cedis from Madam Fati's account to a witness who testified in favor of Madam Fati.
Which of the rules does this transaction fall under? Please, which of the rules does the transaction?
Please, is it the client's cash book and client's ledger?
Yes, but now we want to be able to remember the rules. So which of the rules? Or you don't want it like that? So you five.
The rules are just confusing me.
Okay, then please let me drop it. But I'll
Because
leave
me,
it.
if you ask me straightforward.
Okay. Then please let's go back. Let's go back. So with this, we have to know. Let's come back to our basic learning. Is it a transaction affecting the client? If it is affecting the client, how do we treat it?
Yes, it's affecting the client. So
yes, so we all agree it's affecting the client, right?
So we have to credit the
client cash book, and then we debit
the client ledger.
Please, do we all agree?
I have a problem understanding how it affects the client.
Okay, so please read November 15 for us. I want you to read it from your hand. I mean, yes, Elikem, please read it from your hand. November 15.
The law firm paid 3,000 cedis from Madam Fati's account to
Hold on. Please, I want you to take it in bits for me. Let's go.
So November 15th, the law firm paid 3,000 from Madam Fati's account.
Pause. So whose account was it paid for? From?
Well, it was paid from the client's account.
Established. Please continue for me.
To a witness who testified in favor of Madam Fati.
Good. So is a payment from the client account?
Yes.
So if it's from the client account, how do we treat it? No, don't bother yourself with the new rules. You go back to the old format. How do we treat it if it's a payment from the client account?
You credit the client's account.
Client cash book, and then you debit the client's ledger. Please, are we all on the same page? Remember, initially I told you about, in most cases, the cash books will be credited. Like in the first one, if it affects the office, we are crediting main cash book, we are debiting it. If it is affecting the client, we are crediting client's cash book, we are debiting client ledger. If it is the fees ledger, we are dealing with the two ledgers. Please, do you all understand November 13th? Please, is there anybody who is confused? Please, is there anybody who is confused? So that means we all get it. Please, the new rules are from the manual. I've added it. It is a matter of principle. But we'll still, I'll make reference to the old one because the old one was more simplified to make sure we don't go this and that. In your Excel on November 13th. Okay, so thank you so much. So November 13th, thank you. Great. So now we have come to agree that when the payment is from the client to be used by the law firm, we are crediting client ledger, we are debiting client cash book. Principal explanation. So we are dealing with November 15th, where we said that we are going to credit. So 15, we are going to credit 15th. So here will be witness. So the witness amount is 3,000. I am crediting my client cash book, sorry. Sorry, let me take water, sorry. So here is witness. I am debiting it with what? 3,000. Good. My lady, move on to us, November 6th, 17th.
Okay. November 17th. The law clerk attended courts 4 times, and on each time he paid 1,500 for hotel, and this was paid from the main cash book and office accounts.
Okay, so let's go back to our old rules. If it is a transaction affecting the main cash book, how do we treat it?
Credit the main cash book. And
Hey,
you
come
debit.
again. Come again. Please come
If
again with your
it's,
answer.
if it's a payment from the main cash book, you debit the office account and you
Perfect.
credit the main cash book.
Good. Please, are we all on the same page? Please,
Yeah,
are we
that's
all?
cool.
Yes, are we all on the
that's
same
cool.
page?
That's cool. Yes.
Is there anybody who doesn't understand? Please, are we
So,
going?
Gideon,
Yes, Cecilia. Go ahead.
I'm saying that with the main cash book, except the balance brought forward, all the other transactions are going to the credit side.
Okay, so that is an observation, basically, but I don't want to speak to it as a matter of fact.
Okay.
Hey, am I off?
No, I can hear you.
Great, great. So that's an observation. Exams is in 2 days, so I don't want to speak to that fact. So,
Okay.
what? So now let's come. So Cecilia, help me understand this. What will be the figure for the hotel? What is going to be the figure for the hotel?
So it will be the
He paid 1,500 for hotel, but he went 4 times, so I will
Brilliant,
multiply.
brilliant.
Okay, so that would be 6,000.
The date was November 17th.
17. Yeah.
Good. So we'll come here, November 17th. We'll come to hotel. Then we'll come to 6,000. Good. My lady, help us with November 24.
Okay. November 24. The senior partner had discussions for 3 hours with Madam Fati and sent an invoice of 500 Ghana cedis per hour to Madam Fati.
Pause. My people, what is this transaction relating to?
Hello,
Yes, hello.
The fees are
Manuel.
legal fees.
Legal fees.
Yes, somebody wanted to say something. Please go ahead.
It was legal fees.
Oh, okay, okay. Is Spencer with us, or Spencer has gone to sleep? Okay, Spencer is going to sleep. I see. So we agree it's legal fees. So how do we treat legal fees?
we go to client ledger.
Optimum, please finish it for us.
Client ledger debit.
Then what again?
And then we credit.
Legal fees ledger.
Yeah.
Back to old rules for simplicity. We are dealing with the two ledgers.
So legal fees is credit. Legal
Yes.
fees is credit.
Yes.
Legal fees is credit, and then the client ledger is debit.
Debit.
Good. So we are having legal fees here. Good. So we'll have. So let's look at the narration very, very well. Please, you have a question, please go ahead with it.
Yeah, senior, please,
Yeah.
with respect to the November 15th,
Yeah.
the law firm paid 3,000 from Madam Fati's account. And we know that the rule is cash payment from the client account. You debit the client ledger and you credit the client cash book. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. So if we are paying 3,000 from Madam Fati's account, meaning the 3,000 we are going to debit the client ledger and then
Yes.
you credit the client cash book, right?
Yes.
Please, can you scroll to your client's ledger? Let me see.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's up for any kakra?
Charlie Mazel.
Been I sang by like I say a dancer, eh? Okay, only the other for this is yeah. Yeah, really hearing. Thanks for bringing it to our attention. So we are
Such.
doing 1,005 here, and then the item is um, okay, so we can use fees or whatever. Let's manage fees. Then we'll come here. If it is credited, we'll come and debit here. The date is 24th. Sorry, 24th. Is Kenneth still with us or Kenneth has gone to sleep? Please, are we making progress?
Yes,
Please, can you
Yes.
please can you explain why we are crediting the legal fees account and debiting the client's ledger?
Okay. So let's go to the rules. Let's go to the rules. So we are going to the rules book. Order 81. So it is by principle. Transaction 6. Transaction 6. 6. Please, can you read for us?
Topic.
Transaction, legal fees charged, treatment, debit client ledger
One of the
and
topics.
credit fees ledger.
So the November 24th, do you agree is a legal fee?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
But the confusion I'm having here, you see, with the principle that
The
you
receiver
debit the receiver
credit.
and then you credit the giver, it doesn't apply here. That's why I'm confused.
So technically, technically you are right, but by principle we need to accept it because what is basically
So
trying
if,
to say is that. Okay, please finish your question.
okay, so it means that for the other accounts, we we apply the principle of debit the receiver and credit the giver. But when it comes to legal fees, it's rather the opposite.
Okay, so I don't want us to establish that it can be an observation, but on fact, based on what is in the manual, they have established these rules for us. But if not for exams, you are asking me, we'll be using, the double entry. If it is coming from here, then it will reflect in the credit side. Then the people that are receiving will have the debit side. But for exams on Friday, God willing, by the grace of God, these are the rules that we have established for us, and then we have to stick to them.
Okay, thank you very much.
So it becomes a matter of principle.
Very much.
Because the days are very limited, I will not want to say anything that will be outside the box of the manual or what our lecturers have told us. Yes, I feel that nobody goes to write something and said, "Oh, he said it like this. Because the way people say that, oh, this is because of what you are teaching that are right exams. I said, hey, Charlie, the Lord should have mercy on us. So we have agreed that we have been able to do this. And thanks, that's a very, very good observation. So we are moving to the next transaction. My lady, please read for us.
Okay. Our next transaction is November 26th. Okay, so it's November 26th to November 28th. The senior partner attended cross-examination session in Cape Coast and paid 2,500 Ghana cedi per day for accommodation and 4,000 Ghana cedis for
I
fuel.
started off from more.
These
I
amounts
started
were
also.
paid
From.
from
Mr.
Matthew's
Francis,
account.
can you please wait?
Sorry.
So should I repeat it again?
Yes, please take it again for us.
Okay. So November 26th to November 28th, the senior partner attended cross-examination session in Cape Coast and paid 2,500 Ghana cedis per day for accommodation and 4,000 Ghana cedis for fuel. These amounts were paid from Madam Fati's account.
So let's go back to the rule again. Cash payments from the client, how do we treat it? Please, how do we treat cash payments from the client?
You credit the client. You credit the client cash book, and then you debit the client ledger.
Are you an accountant?
I'm not an accountant. We are learning.
Yeah, Charlie.
That is what we are teaching.
Charlie. So is this your first time doing accounting or you've done it some years back?
No.
This is your first time?
Yeah.
I'm very impressed. So we have established it. Okay, so the senior partner attended cross-examination session in Cape Coast and paid 2,500 per day for accommodation. So we have to know that it is 3 days. So we are crediting the cash book. So we are going to use the word hotel, hotel, hotel. And then here becomes 1,005 times 4. The date is. So they use a 3-day period. So we can just make the
2,500.
Oh, it's 2,500. Per day for accommodation. So is it 3 days? Would that be 3 days?
Yes, it will be. Did you say yes? 3 days.
2,500.
It's 3 days.
If you work in a good place in this country, when you travel, they pay for your hotel, they give you per diem, traveling allowance here and there. So life is sweet, oh. So we have done that in the client cash book. So we'll come to November 28th. Come to hotel. We'll come to HOTEL. We'll come to what? 7,500. And you mentioned another one, which was a fuel, 4,000. Then we have here fuel, 4,000. November 28th. Good. We have established it. Okay, let's make progress.
Okay. Our next transaction is November 29th.
Sorry. Quick question.
Okay.
Hello, Gideon.
Yes, please, I'm here with you.
where we enter the date, it appears to be a duration. So why do we pick only 28?
Okay. So I think that is I will not have the exact knowledge, but if you pick 26, you are not wrong. But I just did that based on my own discretion.
Okay.
But when our lecturer was teaching us, he used 26, so let me also use that.
Hello, Gideon.
Yes.
Hello?
I can hear you.
May I chip something in?
Yes, please go ahead. Go ahead.
The date is 26th to the 29th, right? 26th to 28th, right?
Yes.
So that means that it's 3 days.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it means that the senior partner attended cross-examination sessions in Cape Coast and paid. So it's 3 times 2,500.
Yeah.
And then there's extra 1,000, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please, are you okay?
Yeah. But I was worried about these amounts were paid from Madame Marty's account. That's why I was worried.
You are practicalizing it. That
These amounts were paid from Madame Fatih's account.
Yes,
but we are taking to the client. We have gone to the main cash, right?
No, we have not gone to the main cash because we are here.
Did you take that from other clients? Okay. 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 Fair enough. Okay. No, thank you for the clarity.
You're welcome. Then we come to the firm sends. Okay, my lady, please read for us.
Okay. So we are now on 29th. The firm sent an invoice covering the legal fees amounting to 32,000 Ghana cedis.
How do we treat this transaction? And what are the accounts involved?
Legal fees and client ledger.
Great. Legal fees and then client ledger. So we come here to the date is 29th. 29. So we come here, fees. 32,000. Then we'll come to, if it's credited here, it's going to be debited here. Come here to fees. Come here to November 29. Great. Now let's do the next one.
Okay. So another 29. So on the same day, the transactions were two. A statement of bill cost dated 29 November was sent to clients and no amount is. So should I proceed?
No. So anybody who can explain statement of bill of cost for us? It's no PM.
I think it contains the cost. Is the cost incurred for the client, and if which is taken away from the remittance.
Yeah. Basically, that is the simplest thing. So the amounts the client paid and then the expenses we made on the client's behalf. The statement of bill of cost. So in simple terms, it's basically like a detailed invoice prepared by a lawyer And the purpose is to show the work done for a client, and then the fees, expenses, and charges the client must pay. So everything that we do on a client, you must pay for it. So that one, since we are preparing it for the client, we are going to do this. We'll just use two accounts. We'll use the office account, and then we'll use the client account. We just have to produce the entries there. So basically, this is what I'm referring to. Let me count down here. Ooh, statement of bill of cost. Don't forget you always have to bring the date. Don't forget you have to bring the date. Statement of bill of cost. Asset.
Hello.
Yes.
Please. Same thing as you are saying. But that statement of bill of cost, is there a value there?
I mean, you said it's not what?
Statement of bill of cost.
Yes.
Is there a value? Is there a value?
No, it is something you prepare.
But you have to include that into this thing.
So if the question asks you to do it, you have to do it. So it is very simple. What is the rule? The rule is this. So we look at cash remitted by clients less office account and client account expenses. Okay, so we have established the rule here.